Hello there, everybody. I said that the game and record fair tomorrow would be my next video, but something else came up. There's a thread going on, started by Ron Haggerty. I don't know if it's meant to be a thread, but it was a discussion about prepare ourselves for the future if we change our musical taste. And yes, as the years go by, we tend to adapt other musical tastes. I mean, if someone would have told me 10 years ago that I would listen to Blood, Sweat and Tears, I would most likely say, hey, you're freaking nuts. Never. I thought then that Blood, Sweat and Tears was boring. Today I just love Blood, Sweat and Tears. If someone would have said 10 years ago that I would love Carole King's music, I would say, nah, that's kind of boring. I don't believe that. Today I just love Carole King, as you all may know. So yes, you do tend to change, but I see it very hard, next to impossible to prepare for that in case you're not psychic. But I see no necessary either to prepare. I mean, go with the flow. What happened was what happens, and if it does happen, well, maybe it was meant to be then. But I also see no necessary to give up on a musical genre just because you have adapted another one. If not, that is the case that you have really are fed up with whatever you do like today. There's always been a lot of discussions going on, at least here in Sweden, that I liked that in when I was younger. I don't like that today anymore. But and then I moved on to do liking newer stuff and then follow the trends and so on. And I don't care about that. I have instead never stopped liking what I did like as a kid, and just build up more as the years go by. So today I have a very, very wide musical taste because I still like what I did, what I liked as younger, and I still like a lot of the new stuff that I have adapted through the life. Let me take you back when I was around 13, maybe 14 years old. It was back in 88, 89. And back then, I have already then started to enjoy a whole lot of different kind of music. Not only the music on the hit charts. I enjoyed, beside music on hit charts, as you may know already, I enjoyed jazz back then. I started to listen to classical music. I even started to listen to a lot of 50s, 60s and 70s music that was on the radio and that my father played. And on top of that, I also liked some country music. Was a lot of much things that wasn't exactly normal for a guy in my age, at least not in the 80s. And it zippered out to my classmates that I enjoyed so many different kind of music things. And also was a few of them that teased me for it, saying, "Hey, Jörgen, can you name a musical genre that you like?" And I felt it was pretty embarrassing, and I just say classical and laughed and made fun of my wide musical taste. And then I thought to myself, no, I don't want to go through that. So I actually turned my back on 50s, 60s, and 70s. I turned my back on country music, and I turned my back on classical music. And actually, I also turned my back on big band music because I felt like, well, it's only Glenn Miller and Duke Ellington that is played on the radio anyway. So I concentrated on small band swing, bebop, and pop music, regular pop music from what was popular back then, and felt like now maybe I'm a little bit normal, not more normal anyway. I turned my back on who I was actually. I gave in to what was commercial. And then as the years went by, I adapted new musical styles. I took back big band music only a couple of years later. I also took back classical music. I never really took back 50s and 60s and country music. I've never been seeing that as any all that interesting anymore, but not because of when I was a kid, but because I have realized that now in later days. But in the early 90s, I started enjoying soul music. In the mid 90s, I started to like Eurodance music and Britpop, indie pop, stuff that I would just 1 or 2 years prior to that would never listen to. I would say that music is crap, but I realized then, hey, this is actually good music. Still never turned my back on the 80s or jazz. And now I have also, I like balladeers, Swedish balladeers. I like also 70s again, with 70s soul music, and singer-songwriters, and still enjoying the same thing also that I liked in the past. So that has my musical taste has been building and building and building for every year, but I never took away my cornerstone from when I was a kid and just concentrated on what I started to enjoy the latest. And I feel so happy that I have that kind of wide musical taste today, because it feels so great to be able to choose between so much music. It's never stale. You can get inspired by new things every time. When you go to a thrift store, you can actually you can think to yourself, hey, no jazz here, unfortunately. But hey, here is an album with Talk Talk, or here's an album with Marvin Gaye, or here is a Edmundo Ross album. So I'm very happy to be able to listen to so many kind of musical styles. So I don't see any reason why you should actually preparing for anything. Just go with the flow, and there's no reason to stop enjoying what you did like before either. I don't think it's all that easy actually to do any kind of preparation for what's to come 10 years ahead with your musical taste. I mean, what you like, and what happens, you have to take then in that case. So go with the flow. Just follow the long road known as life, and make the best of it. So until next time, I hope that every one of you have a real nice time. So take care and bye.